everybody, welcome to the Pagan Perspective. My name is Angel and I am your Friday host, and this week we're going to be talking about love and marriage. Okay, so the question comes from Lola Katsumi. I'm going to sort of paraphrase it. I'll put the majority of the whole question down below. They wanted us to do a video on our ideas of love and marriage in the pagan community. What are the differences when it comes to religious and majority beliefs? Do pagan view the husband and wife as equals? Do pagans see women as submissives to the men? Honestly, I think the pagan community, in its very nature of being very in balance with the energies of male and female, tend to be more balanced in how they see how a woman and a man play roles in a relationship. There are traditions in the pagan community that are very male-centric, and there are traditions that are very female-centric. The balance is a little different there. So, to me, I think the pagan community in general has a much more neutral way of seeing men and women than the general public. I think they just do. However, with that, I think there are groups within the pagan community that, because of their tradition, their god or their goddess, they are a little bit more, they're a little bit more of the mainstream, in how the mainstream may tend to feel like the man is the protector, the man makes the money, the woman takes care of the home. So I think that, as in with the pagan community, we have balance there too. We have where there are people very neutral about male and female roles, and then there are people that are very rigid about male or female roles because of their traditions and such. But I also think that even if you are a pagan, and even if you are neutral about things, your upbringing, if not so neutral, can start to creep in your mind in certain aspects. Whereas if you're a woman and you grow up around a lot of very strong, powerful men who determine a lot about your life, when you get out of that situation, when you leave that situation, even if you're empowering yourself, there are times that you will revert back a little bit. And if you are self-aware, you might analyze those actions and figure out how to work through them, and maybe they won't play such a big role. However, we are human, and it's really natural for us to have those kind of, what do you call those, flashbacks, if you will, mental flashbacks. So I think the pagan community in general, not specific to traditions that are very rigid about male and female roles, is very neutral about female and male roles in relationships and covens and such. From what I've seen, it's a very, from the coven members I've dealt with that are male and female, from the people I've met in the pagan community that are male and female, there's been very, very, very little, and I can't even remember, very little to no off balance when it comes to a man thinking a woman is submissive and a woman feeling like she is submissive to a man. I haven't really seen that in the pagan community, but I've not really interacted with a lot of traditions that are very rigid. So I think the general pagan population is very open-minded and neutral about the roles in any aspect. An interesting thing too that I find in the pagan community is with regards to marriage, that a lot of non-pagan people are married to pagan people, and a lot of Catholic people are married to pagan people. And that's really fascinating to me. And it's also amazing that two people, not amazing, because I know it's possible for two people to be in a relationship and respect each other to where they let each other have their own spiritual experience, but it's not really heard of as much because people just don't want to do it. It's a lot of work. So I find that really interesting too. My husband is an atheist, and so we don't share the same spiritual experience, but he's very respectful of mine. I'm respectful of his. We don't interfere or judge each other's choices when it comes to this, and he's incredibly supportive. He spends time with my coven. You know, we do things together. He's very supportive, and he just likes people, so that really helps. So I guess the answer is, in the pagan community, from my own experience, the general population of the pagan community, I have to keep saying this because I know if I don't, somebody will watch half the video and go, but you didn't say this about this tradition, that's all women. From my experience, from what I have, from who I've interacted with, general pagans who are not on very specific paths that are male or female centric, they're very balanced. There's no women are submissive. If anything, it's women are more powerful because they give life. They feed children, they birth children, they make life. So if anything, women are revered more in the pagan community, but definitely not submissive. Not in my personal experience. So that's my ramble on this subject. So anyways, I'm really curious to see what y'all think about this. What have been your interactions with people? And if you guys can also maybe list some traditions that are very male-centric or female-centric. I'm trying to make this more interactive. I could post everything below, but then I'll inevitably leave out a group, and somebody might get offended by that. So so maybe somebody can put some groups down there and we can discuss it in the comment box below. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and next week is Subweek, so I'll see you guys the week after. Have a great weekend, and blessed be. Bye. Oh, and Happy Ostara!